Okay.
Let's go.
February 24th, 3:12 p.m. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. Just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. Never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you? Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming.
Should have read the file. Phoenix.
Happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. And then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture. What did you see in the instant the crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable.
14-year-olds have no talent.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I became a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. Let's see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that. No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted the guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could just testify properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
Ooh.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not be able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. There's something that's been puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said that you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for
They
questioning?
didn't take his knife?
Right,
Or is that...
not.
Oh.
Taken for questioning doesn't necessarily mean being arrested, I don't think.
Yeah, but can't... You have to walk through a metal detector or something.
You know what, Shane? Get your logic out of here. Get the fuck out.
What if that's... What if his knife that he used for killing, that's Edgeworth's knife now?
A legacy.
A memento.
Actually, it could, I know you're making good logic, but it could be because, Damon turned off the metal detectors, if Damon is involved. That could be.
Oh, like an inside murder
Yes.
job to get rid of prosecutors?
Maybe.
Because everyone seems to hate prosecutors,
Yeah, so...
even though they have sweet rewards for them, trophies.
I'm just saying, yeah. Who would want to kill prosecutors when you can get a sweet trophy like that? Come on.
The broken shield. People still haven't talked about it, why it is. Unless it wasn't broken before, and I'm just making sense of it.
Maybe. I'm just saying, the inside theory conspiracy still stands as to why he was able to sneak a knife in. Alright, taken in for questioning by the cops? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did you run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. Alright. Let us go. February 24th, Tension Center, Visitors Room. Lana? Mr. Wright, it seems I kept causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, I feel wrong. An innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risk. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
It's in the name.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Let's talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was a deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you can use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to his resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another case 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you've always stick to the truth. Couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. But all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lara. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. 2 years ago, I was second in command of detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Damon Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana. It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall was questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seemed Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right, quite a coincidence, huh? I don't buy it. Wait, what are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Ooh. Maybe we should have a look at this chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Alright, let's go take a look. Police station. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right, we can come back here later. The front of the police station. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, you never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck would have ran out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. Well, Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why did prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Or will you? We don't have it.
We don't have it anymore.
Damn it.
Wait, it's still the same day, right? Or is it the next day?
It's the next day.
Okay.
Oh,
Day
no, it's still
old
the same day.
steak. Oh,
Still
yeah.
the same day. But we lost our steak lunch already.
Ew.
Something's fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means that there's a good chance this knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. Scars. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in the investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I met Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person in the force who hadn't heard of that duel. The case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Dim and Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her says so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that you mention it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around, my brother. I was just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day, that shitty shield. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What do you look at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
I have a feeling it wasn't a broken shield before. That's why people don't talk about it.
Mr. Marshall must have been really close with his brother. I'm starting to think that the shield was broken in that attack between his brother and the serial killer. That's what
He used it as a shield.
Yes, he used it as a
failed.
shield. And failed. That day the SR9 incident took place. That was the same day.
Oh wait, didn't it say the serial killer had a concussion? I think someone else attacked.
Yes, I believe
Drake.
so. It was the shield, Shane. You smashed your head in with that shield.
Was it Goofy?
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. Tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Jeffrey Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's only one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. I'll be dead. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. Cause I'll be dead. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Into the sunset I go. Shane's dead.
He's sunsetting.
Sunsetting. Go out like a true cowboy. Now, how do we get to this? Deputies.
Don't we have... Yeah. And then... Oh wait, is the prosecutor... there's something happening here.
The place is always pretty empty, but it's deserted. It's supposed to mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you look at the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, you actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and a decision about what to do, Mom Edgeworth not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, would like to have a look around Chief Gant's office? Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Top floor? Damn, crazy. Really? You mean it's okay for us to just go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charms. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Woo! Wow.
Whoa.
Damn, there's a fucking organ in here.
Field in that picture, Neng.
Huh?
Look at that shield in that picture. Wait, is it also broken there?
You. Whoa! Where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it says on the door.
The music makes sense now.
Yes. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take audio lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Buck. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember what C was. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. But that paper is reading in his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? What if he keeps asking because it's a metaphor for you want to swim with the fishes?
Swim with the fishes, you're gonna drown.
No, I haven't. I've been sort of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too, with Miss Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence, huh? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neo, and me. Well, Shane, is this shield broken?
No, but it has a sword.
It's missing a sword. There's a picture of Lana, Neo, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neo Marshall.
Look in the back, Neng.
I see. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. Can't quite seem to put my finger on it though.
That's because, Phoenix, you had to put 2 fingers out.
Oh. Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that needs my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's all go out together. Oh. But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate anymore. All the same, we still have to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me.
Uh-oh.
I said there's no need to investigate anymore.
While he's talking, he's standing at his organ, hitting the buttons.
Yep. Now hurry
I
up
said,
and get
there's
out.
no reason.
Yep. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. Seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief can't deny our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. How can we get inside? Maybe a cotton lesson. Hey, pal. Tell me, Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like your tough Gumshoe's still out of the loop. So, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No? Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana's guy's the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this, are there really so many people who hate him? Now, well, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up that get wet. Yes, sir. Let's go for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyways, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack.
Then he can be the chief prosecutor. Gumshoe.
Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seemed genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Darth left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fails to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just a run-of-the-mill businessman. Oh, businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day, on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. It had awoken something in him. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burning the bodies, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. That was a wild afternoon, I'd say.
Yeah, that's not a serial killing. That's a spree killing.
Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture.
Sounds like he was playing Hitman.
Maybe. There wasn't a single shred of evidence, so he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily, Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Let's show him this switchblade. About this. Hey, is that? Has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 Instant on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before we forget again. Hurry. It's slipping from his thoughts. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought at. Plus, it has fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see that it's broken. Wow. You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
A style blade.
Yeah, well, anyways, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body.
Clever.
It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Stabbed in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was in the wound. Switchman knife, broken tip found in the Wright, belonged to murderer Joe Dark. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any toughest ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'll be charged with breach of trust.
But we trust you.
Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Really? Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Now I'm just saying, what can we show him to get him change his mind? This boy.
Remind him what he's working for.
Actually, that might actually be the answer. I got nothing else. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Look at this boy. Ain't he adorable?
Yeah, I guess just try everything.
Okay, almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding the bloodstain on the evidence lock of his life. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays.
Damn.
It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded so well. I have to admit, he's right though. Thanks to that blue badger, we were able to prove another possibility today.
Smiley face.
The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 p.m. What about this King of Prosecutors trophy? Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutor award that Miss Ezra got the other day. We already got this conversation, I remember this. And he's still not gonna tell us why it's a shield and it's broken. How about this photo?
Look at this photograph.
He doesn't know.
Oh. Look at Neil's autopsy report that you just gave us.
What can we get him to do to change his mind?
Look at this unstable jar.
Look at this unstable jar. Bought this jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformed detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief can't? Where could I have seen that before? Curious.
Curious, isn't it?
Why do we have this screwdriver?
Ant brought it to his office.
By Gant's request.
It was used to take apart the trophy so they could take the sword off it.
Here's Edgeworth's knife. Nothing. Okay, we need something to convince him to change his mind. I'm a defense attorney. Here's my attorney's badge.
Every time we meet.
We need to change his mind so that he can let us go in.
I don't think we really have too much of anything right now.
So you're saying we should come back?
Yeah, maybe go to a different place.
But where? I don't feel like we'll get anywhere.
Go to Edgeworth, confront him on his bullshit evidence and not fact-checking.
I haven't been here yet. Underground parking lot. No one's here today. Not even Miss Star. Damn. He was getting hungry. I was probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we would finally make some headway in that case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hey in there, Lana. Got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Oh, nothing here. Well, we can go to Edgeworth's place.
Let's go to Edgeworth.
Don't even know if he's here.
It's doing this. Of course he's
I wonder if Edgeworth's back yet. There he is. Looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? Oh, that's so funny.
This would be the pain in the ass part if you were a lawyer. Just be like, yep.
See the other guy.
Job, huh?
See the other guy like, a rough day there, I see. Had to live the past 2 years of rumors flying around. It's another allegation to me. Sure, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Fuck it, let's hit the hard topics first.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do to erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. Never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seemed strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. And because you were awarded this amazing trophy? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning and drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends. Clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. I wonder why.
Why?
Why? Why? Curious. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Come now, Wright. You can't seriously expect me to just sit down and chat with you about the case over a cup of tea. It would have been cool. But this isn't related to the case, remember? You said so yourself. This screwdriver. So I did. Chief Gant gave this to you that day, didn't he? He asked you to bring it here from the police department. The chief is a very competent man, but sometimes he does things that don't make any sense. At least it's better than being incompetent and doing things that don't make sense. A certain detective comes to mind. What else can we share with him? Oh, this picture. That doesn't have to do with the case. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall, he had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yeah? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding is a little different to yours, just slightly different. I'm sure nobody has noticed it at all.
The K is a different font.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was when the official prosecutor trophy looked like that until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Here we go. Here's the story. We've been waiting
Maybe
so
another
long
time.
for this. Would you mind telling this to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. That's it, Jane. Did you like the story?
I hate it.
Maybe he'll talk about it if we go to here.
Then why does it look like this?
You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere, like on a shelf, and not just toss on your couch. This has no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean, anymore? That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past? He's asking me? Why can't you just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, do you notice anything different? Like the font? Different. Yeah, don't you remember? The other shield in the court record. Guess I better present this other shield. Thought we already did that. We did that first.
Show it more in the photo again. Because
This
now it's relevant.
Don't know if to... Trophies open, a little different from yours, yep. Remember? Tell us about
Yeah.
contradiction.
The story. Yeah. Contradiction.
Yeah. That's it, that's the end.
Other shield.
That's the only shield I could see.
Steal his paper under this desk.
Yeah, give us that. Give that to us. Wonder what he was writing on before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Let's snoop around his things.
Push him away.
You crazy Edgeworth sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Good plan. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's fallen to the ground. He decided to jump off the building. Hold on, first let me see what this girl's doing, crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter? Oh.
Retirement.
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Ezra, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Evidence.
Yeah. I'm gonna show this to everyone.
He's serious. How about this trophy? Isn't this a cool trophy? Well, such a prestigious award. Why would we just leave it on the couch? Yeah, you think he wants to show this thing off more than that giant steel samurai that's cringe. King of prosecutors. You know what that is. I saw something today. It looked like this somewhere. You did? Is you talking about the picture? Something that looked like that. Yeah, only different now. Where was that? Something's amiss here. Maybe I should show Ash with that item. I have no idea what to talk
now show the picture again.
Again? This same picture the third time in a row?
Third time in a row. Oh, never mind.
That's it. That's all we get.
Look at this jar.
Look at this jar. Doesn't have a bottom. That's the first time I ever noticed that.
I was like, huh,
Weird.
see through it.
Wonder what side is up. Better yet. What's the purpose of a bottomless jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right?
Oh, you can look at the blood stains now.
Oh. Hey, look, they're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Think Dr. Goodman's blood someone got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. Might be when the blood got on it.
Alright.
Alright, that's gonna come in handy later. That did not solve this particular problem that we were on, though. But it was a good
Any
distraction.
other shields?
Oh, maybe we should show them the laser resonation.
Just talk about it.
Yeah. They say when there's smoke, there's fire. Apparently, I was caught up in the smoke. I lost sight of the truth. Edgeworth. The others are right. I have no right to serve as a prosecutor. But Mr. Edgeworth, you were only doing your job. I've always made my own decisions about what I can or cannot do. That hasn't changed. Forgiving myself is something I cannot do. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything.
Well, not here, I guess.
Yeah, but we have to convince Ezra to not quit.
Right
Ooh.
now?
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Maybe. This badge finally has a purpose.
Show it to him again.
Once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You want to be a
Oh.
defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, a clear path was laid out before me. I have no time to look back on what it might have been. You can't give up. You're the king of prosecutors.
Was there anything more to talk to him about?
Yeah, there probably is. Totally.
Now you can talk about the trophy. Now you can show him the photo again.
This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Yeah, that makes the design look cooler now with that backstory.
Yeah.
Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Because she's a
I already
little...
know that story.
You must tell Emma. She doesn't know. Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with two items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other.
Yeah.
Yeah! Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyways, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chip shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion. Even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. King of Prosecutors Trophy. Well, I guess that's it.
Well, good luck with your resignation, Edgeworth. Goodbye.
Oh no, something's happening here. Lunchtime?
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime. Would either of you care for a quarter pounder of roast beef?
Speaking of lunchtime, I gotta go grab a salad real quick. I'll be right back.
Alright. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like The first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you would go dig up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved with the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day that evidence from the case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife? No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored while eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark, that's a name on there I'll soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was even more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neo died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Honest guy. My sister? The best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. Demon Gant and Lana's guy. Gant led the investigation, with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kind of cases together, didn't they? Demon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By this I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean? Well, yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever recover from his shock. That's what made it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and that no one can stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he can control the chief prosecutor, he can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Well.
Something must have happened when Jake's brother died.
Must have. But we must go back to the police place. We have to storm his office. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer is still no. I'm not letting you into a chief's office, period. I'll be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene, the SNI incident. Have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind.
What about your best friend leaving?
Yeah. We can show you this for your friend leaving, or I could show you this for your friend leaving.
Look at this photograph of this knife. Oh wait.
You didn't check it yet. What does it say? Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor. You really wrote a resignation letter. Wow, even when resigning, Mr. Edgewood was cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in the grown-up world. Yeah, but that responsibility is nothing if he just quits. Oh, not everyone sees it that way. To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life for no pay. It's one tough grown-up world there. Alright, here's your buddy quitting. What's this crumbled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgewood can't be serious! Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgewood really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusts us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. Can't do that if someone finds out. They won't let you off the hook for another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. You guys ID?
Now look at it. See if it says 777.
Damn it.
Why are you doing it so difficult?
They didn't let me look at it from the front. They had to like rotate it.
Couldn't you move?
You know what, Shane? Don't worry about it.
I won't.
Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. Look, his eyes are half shut. Yeah, his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons off a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. I think this goes beyond being a phonogenic issue. But what's his ID number? They're not telling us. That's the end.
Alright.
Alright, we know where we gotta go. Here we are, back again.
Back again.
Here goes, Mr. Wright. Beep. Wow, I didn't know this organ plays automatically when you enter the room. That's cool. We're in. If anyone finds us now,
We're done.
Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out.
Came with us.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking, I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point of us giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID card crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Yes. Hey, don't do that to my card. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figure I have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. Got a bad feeling about this. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On the day 2 years ago. Does anyone use it now? No sir, this is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. Oh, it's a strange reason to leave it here. He leaves as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be on alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. No way, man. No way.
Impossible.
No, there's no way.
No.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You just look out that window. Go play that organ. No one's playing it right now.
Yep.
Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't let it go at that. Oh, sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Alright, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignore me again. Let us look around first. We have many things to check out.
Hello?
What first, Shay? What do you want to look at first?
The safe. It glowed instantly.
This is safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue.
Safe.
Okay.
Safe. Thing.
If you
Safe.
say so. It looks like the code needs to be entered in the panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is.
Do you, Neng?
Hell yeah. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing.
Just ignore him again.
Alright, Shane, what is the password?
You know, Neng.
I know.
It's lucky.
That's right.
Woo! Curious,
A severed head. Interesting.
Yeah.
Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday
just
was
guessed.
that, pal? Oh, it was Emma's birthday. We put Emma's birthday and it worked.
Huh.
7777777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of that mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777? That ID number? I think you're 17 shy this time. This told me one thing. That Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside?
No, all we needed was this.
I want to see the severed head. Come on. Is there any money in there?
I know what's in there.
How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a...
I bet it's a jar piece. Oh!
A shard from a broken cup. Although, severed head would have been cooler.
That would have been too damning.
This Hamala. Damn, he has
Wait.
Jake Marshall's brother's head in here? Crazy.
Crazy. Wait, this severed head isn't related to any of these cases.
It's related to the screwdriver case. Now it all connects together.
It all connects.
This Hamala looks familiar. Where have I seen this mysterious piece before? There's something else in here too. Oh, what's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wear a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up that design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? That is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them.
Use the fingerprint.
How are these two items related to the SO9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Alright, we'll show you. Wait,
Use the dust.
can we put it in? Can we put it in?
The jar piece?
Yeah.
Try it. Check it. Oh.
No, we cannot. Well, we'll show them the jar anyways.
Wait. A
What?
new highlight part. It wasn't a check mark, I believe, was on it. If you go to the... Oh, it is. Never mind.
Damn it, Shane, you wasted my damn time. Every single time. Alright, here's this jar that clearly has... This is clearly connected to the piece.
Present.
Dr. Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when that three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. 24 hours ago. Kinda early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had a SL9 instant sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was in the safe? Yeah, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Assemble. Yeah, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. I can piece it together again. It'll prove Chief Cat was knowingly hiding evidence.
Yeah, that's big difference.
Here goes. Alright, where can this go, Shane?
How can this be put together?
Like this? Like
No.
this? Like this?
Wrong. Like that.
Like this?
Like that.
Wow. There, it fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in this safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece is attached? It's different from the others.
Huh? Oh.
Oh, there's a reddish line on it. A reddish line? That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in the safe? Unstable jar. Blood traces. Okay, and now for the handkerchief. We have to prove that the handkerchief with the fingerprints on it
Could you
matters.
just use the kit? Present it, and then we'd be like, oh, we'll use it on the thing.
To the Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this evidence. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town, jeez. What are you doing? Why you stick out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Jeez, where's your sense of humor? Alright, Mr. Wright, let's check out. Let's check for prints.
Fingerprints.
Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed to the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Yeah. More dusting. All the dusting. Easy.
Yeah.
I gave him my best shot. Kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then.
Try the thumb.
The thumb.
Thumb.
Gave him best shot. Damn, we have to try a different finger. Middle finger.
Oh, yeah, it looks the most, well, one of the most prominent.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh. Alright.
Who? Well,
Not his.
are we trying? Not his.
Not his. Not
Not
his.
that. Well, no.
Almost,
his.
but not his.
Not,
Nope.
not Gumshoe.
Not
that.
This one.
What?
Oh, what? Curious.
Emma. Clearly Emma.
And then Emma's like, looks like you found my secret.
Time for you to die.
How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints are they? Huh?
Point a big smelly finger at her.
Seems the prints are too old, Emma. We don't know.
Wait, why is Phoenix hovering?
They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Why?
Hey, you, over here. What's going on here? Oh, what are that kid's print doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Emma, you're looking sus.
Suspicious, Emma.
Okay, I think it's finally time to examine something else. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What, we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. That's right.
Hell yeah.
You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scared that guy can be. Fancy desk. Wow, look at the size of Chief Kant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier, how's you do? Chief Kant. Put that paper he was reading on his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. List of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Wait, look at the case name. Huh? SO9 incident? I wonder what this is doing here.
Huh.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally, they're twice as long? That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-sized list of evidence? List of evidence? It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Evidence listed. It was ripped in half, so this part is all I got. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. This card was the most useful part about you. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless.
Oh?
Isn't that right, you in the coat? Hey, Chief Cat. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole.
Oh.
Just then I thought of a certain detective. You mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out.
Ooh.
Oh, you won't be needing it anymore. But, sir. Now get out! Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair.
Oh?
Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
Yeah, this is not a good look on you.
Well, Mr. Wright. Look, pal, if I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneak in there like that, didn't you?
Came with us.
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why was she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyways, you listen to me? I'm gonna have to smooth things out with the chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Detention center. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in the court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days
We're
is
lies.
absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing, woman. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I'm finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Dick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. Ooh? What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of?
Your sister.
The one I'm supposed to so frightened of. What is this person's name?
Probably Gant.
Meekins. He helps out all along. It was him.
Go it yourself. Your split personality that killed.
Why isn't our picture on it?
No.
Our picture's not even on it. We can't even do that joke. Take that. Well, Miss Guy. Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
You're in jail.
Take it you're still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respect him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, those are serious offenses. Why is it though that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party you could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
Wabam.
Wabam.
The jar.
The jar. Take that.
Throw the jar against the window.
I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are?
Also important later.
They're pieces of evidence from the SO9 incident. The person concealing evidence other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as if you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. Very straight to the point. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct? I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck to it. The knife from the SO9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. You couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. Wow.
Huh.
That would be Edgeworth's
That's
knife?
mutilation of a corpse.
You're going to jail, Bob. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the very thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems I got the blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Star, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister to tell her what happened and ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone to force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocent. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident may have been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escape pod of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. Malana. You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lon's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murder? And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. Well, well.